Blitzing. It's pretty self-explanatory. You're running blitz. You're leaving yourself at a big chance to get gashed. Just know what blitzes to run. Okay. I don't hate any of the blitzes. Some of these blitzes are weird. Like I have edge blitz and overload and overstorm. I will say, zone blitzing really isn't it. There's a lot of much shit that you can do with zone blitzes, especially like the nickel trap blitzes and stuff. I've never been a fan. There's so many holes on the field, and if you don't cover one spot, you can give up a fucking 80-yard touchdown from a 5-yard pass, right? What the guy was running against you all the time, like all 6 times in your game, was mid blitz. Mid blitz is the meta in the game. It's easily stoppable, like the way we have it based, but if you don't protect anyone and send everyone out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bam, you're screwed. You always have to have a protection against mid blitz, but if your opponent's stupid enough to not, bam, just do some of your shadings. Like shade right. I don't want actually what I do with this is I shade everyone inside. I don't want to get beat inside. I don't care if I get beat outside because that means I have the sideline, at least to my advantage, right? I can push them out of bounds, essentially, is what I'm saying. I don't expect anything to be going for 20-yard plus on these throws because the pressure is instant if they don't block enough people. I really only do this to just put stress on people. Obviously, in a 2-back set, I probably would never run this because, one, the only thing about this, you have to use one of these safeties. Or do what I do and just run the blitz. Sometimes I will take one of these guys and put him on a hard flat. I don't want him to think that I'm running mid blitz and you have a zig route or an out route quick. And then I'll just come right here and I'll just run the blitz. And it's a screen. That's almost a perfect play call. But look how it's no yards right there. I'm not saying you need to run mid blitz all the time. In situations like this, right? Hard flat. It even helps my safety out. If I don't want to move this guy all the way right here and have him be right here, if I want to keep him over here, he's gonna have time because if that running back goes out, Benito's gonna hold him off for a little bit. Same thing. Shade inside. I would probably shade outside here just because they're tight and I don't really expect any inside routes, but I'll shade inside. Right? And look at that. Free rusher. Panic throw. And that's a CPU too. So just be specific with who you blitz. The reason why this blitz is so good is because they're all come up to the line of scrimmage. They're all set to blitz. Obviously if I had a guy right here ready to blitz, he has more of an advantage because he's right there. It's different from blitzing from depth because then they got to run up and it gives the quarterback that much more time, right? I don't really know. But anyway, I'll talk to you about just other blitzes. So I know Overstorm is a big one. It's always been a big one in Madden. Just, it's the first blitz you see when you open up your playbook, basically. Overstorm. I will say, I run Overstorm a lot, but I run it always with something to help myself out. Chase on, go on a hard flat. I don't want to get beat to the sideline, And sometimes I won't even blitz. Sometimes I'll do it like this. I'll contain, and I'll just use this guy. This is just a glorified man coverage, but with a depth blitzer. There's little things like that, and it's not necessarily improving. It doesn't improve anything. It's just something I do. It's kind of confusing to people, especially when they see a 0 look like this, because you can tell it's 0. Because one, this guy, they're all aligned with each other basically. Everyone, you can see it's 1 for 1 across the board. These linebackers don't look like they're doing anything. It's obviously an off man. There's not too high. There's not really anything. And sometimes I'll take the running back. Sometimes I will ignore the running back, but not really. Never ignore the running back. But a lot of the times I'll do stuff like this. Also motioner. Just automatically gonna assume that it's going to be motion. But you see how that kind of works. You could run the blitz just straight up, but I just think you're kind of leaving yourself at a disadvantage blitzing from depth like this. And yeah, everyone's on islands out here, and this blitz is not a fast blitz. I mean, I accidentally clicked on and missed, but you know, it's situational. Obviously, I wouldn't ever use it as a bona fide, like if they come out in like I formation something, I wouldn't ever use it as a run defense. It's usually just comes free on runs, like inside zones and stuff. Just kind of luck that you're thinking of it. Free safety blitzes, I never really call. If I do, I always adjust them. Linebacker blitz 1, LB blitz, just singular LB blitz. It's a man free. I love this blitz. Obviously here, it'd be a little bit different, right? I would probably use this guy and move this guy and press X and deep half him, or A and deep half him. And shade, you know, R1 outside. All of these things, you're going to get so much faster on, dude. Like, look at this. You know, like, and I'd probably just user him like crazy because it's an empty formation. I don't want to be blitzing against empty really all the time. That was a horrible play call for against man. You get the gist. This is a good run blitz. I don't know why, but this guy seems to come through all the time. And I said I don't like running man against bunch. If you absolutely have to, like say I want to suck it up here, just do it. Tight end's a corner threat. I want him to shade right, but he's also a drag threat, so I'm going to be aware of that. Inside receiver, always an inside threat, always an over-the-top threat. Second receiver, number 85 right there, always my corner threat. Almost all the time he's running a corner. You know, I don't want these guys all pressed up with each other. They're just going to bump into each other, so I want them to be on different levels. You know, how's that? That looks good. You know, that looks good to me. And what I'll do is I'll just use this guy. This is essentially, you know, he came in, took him, the other linebacker took him out. So this isn't really a pass rush blitz in my opinion. This is just a run blitz. So something like this, I don't like how that slot looks. Bam, hard flat, A, left on the, you can read it all right there. You know, that's something they all do. I can do curl, seam, flat, you know, I can do all these things. You know, my threat is 16 in the slot. You know, and I'm still rushing 4 because this guy's still going to blitz. So yeah, you can always, that's a screen pass. Because that one was man, he swallowed up. That's kind of, I don't really run any other blitzes. Like, I don't run blitzes to run blitzes, to be fair. I run I always change my blitzes. Like, I'll even run double safety blitz, but I need it changed, right? I like disguising that I might be blitzing. Where's that edge one? Edge blitz. So, like, this has 2 edges coming right here. Right there and there. What I do? Hard flat. Hard flat. Or, like, hard flat, and I'll just use this one. And then it's just a man coverage, right? It's just a man coverage with no help over the top. And I can be a hole player. I can rob stuff. When it comes to usering, just be confident, right? You'll get it down. Guess pass. I have time to do so. You know, you're gonna get beat, dude. It's part of the game. It's just practice. That's all it is. I don't really have a telltale for usering. Learning when stuff is coming is a big one. I'll maybe record a head-to-head for you to watch for the next video.